Good morning all. We're from Pegasus Schools in Nigeria and we're here to present our innovation period. Lack of clean water has been a major problem in many areas of the world, especially countries that are still developing. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 3 people have access to safe drinking water. And putting it in perspective based on world population, that means about 2.5 billion don't drink clean water.
The issue of lack of clean water led to about 829,000 deaths per year, including the deaths of 297,000 children under 5 years. According to the data of Statista, unsafe water kills more people than diseases.
That is why we have come up with a cheap, clean, and effective way of purifying water, which makes use of various chemicals to purify water, making it even the dirtiest water safe for human drinking.
Puric has 4 stages. The first 2 stages checks if a water can be purified, and the last 2 purifies the water. We are going to discuss all of them. The first stage is acid-base checker, which checks the acidity or basicity of water when someone gets water to purify. It is good to know if the water can be purified using Puric. They will get a small amount of water, put in a container, and pour the acid checker on it. The color of the water determines whether it is drinkable or not drinkable. Blue means it is neutral pH, while pink and green shows that it is acid and base respectively. The next stage is the heavy metal detector strip. We are in a location where sometimes crude oil splits inside water, leaving trace of heavy metals in it. These heavy metals are cancerous and cannot be purified based on the basic general means of purification, which we designed Puric for. That is why we decided to add a heavy metal detector strip that the user dips inside some of the water that is about to be purified, and the color shows if the water has heavy metals. There are different colors that may appear, but if the strip does not change color, it means that the water does not contain heavy metals and can be purified using Puric. The third section is the Puric Purifier section, which is the major part of Puric. Various chemicals were tested to get an optimum chemical that can properly separate water into its individual components, bringing out the purest form of water that is drinkable. A lot of chemicals were tried which gave varying results, but a combination of calcium hypochlorite and ferric sulfate in ratio 4:1 gave an optimal water purifying chemical. This test carried out also showed that it takes about 10 minutes to purify a typical dirty water that has no adverse chemical or heavy metals. The last section is a filter section, which contains both a filter and instruction manual. The filter is used to separate additional dirt that might still be mixed with water after it is purified. The instruction manual tells the user in simple terms how to use Puric. In order to make sure that Puric works well, we carried out a lot of activities to come up with Puric. The first thing we did was to get a good acid-base checker, easy to afford, efficient, durable, and has no side effects when it accidentally pours on people or is ingested. We carried out various trials and tests in order to get this, and at the end we got red cabbage. This is naturally gotten, making it edible, cheap, and a good indicator that meets the above requirements. The indicator juice was gotten by extracting the red cabbage juice. The effectiveness of the red cabbage can be seen in the diagram. The next item that we got was heavy metal indicator. Since it is quite hard to create one in the lab and it is cheap, we decided to get it from the market and did some slight modifications to make it suit our product Puric.
Thirdly, we made efforts to work on a major part of Puric, which is the Puric purifier. To get an effective purifier, we carried out tests on various chemicals such as copper sulfate, aluminum oxide, sodium hypochlorite, sodium aluminum sulfate, chlorine iron sulfate, and calcium hypochlorite. Most of these chemicals did not give us the good results we're looking for. In fact, almost all the chemicals did not give us properly purified water where all the particles were properly separated. However, ferric sulfate and calcium hypochlorite gave us promising results. Having seen that calcium hypochlorite and ferric sulfate gave us good purification, we conducted experiments to determine the perfect ratio of calcium hypochlorite and ferric sulfate that would properly purify the water. After the experiments, we saw that the good ratio was 4:1, and which will give a good water separation. The water cotton was tested and it's shown good purification results. After the experiments was done, we got a good water purifier. We discovered that sometimes after purification, some particles did not fully settle down to the base. We then decided to add a filter that will aid in making the water clean and free from particles. We also added an instruction manual that will make it easier for users to use our product. These are the reactions that take place when puric is added to water in order to purify it. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes and will fully purify the water from germs and particles.
There are other water purifiers in the market, which some of them are quite good. However, puric beats them in the following areas: price, effectiveness, easy to use, does not require maintenance, safe, non-toxic, reduces plastic waste because the packets are made with true recyclable material.
Our target market are the people who don't have access to clean water. We plan to partner with the NGOs, local shops, and other agencies using a distributor partnership program to ensure puric gets to the ends of the earth.
On the screen is our business model. We made attempts to get most of our products from natural means, ensuring it is safe to use and cheaper. We also use recycled products for packaging puric, reducing plastic pollution and ensuring that the environment remains safe for future generations. From the cost, we see that it takes about 140 naira to make puric, and with our profit of 30% markup, puric will be sold at 200 naira retail price. This makes it cheaper than every other water purifier globally. And if we are able to secure 1% of global market that needs clean water, we are sure to be getting an annual income of over 200 billion naira. On the screen is the analysis on launching a business based on puric. Since we have a low startup cost, in less than 6 months we will break even. These are the pictures of everything we did, including getting the muddy water, testing it in public with people, and then the water after we finished testing it, and it was certified drinkable. We have also written to NAFDAC to verify the authenticity of our product before it launches into the market. Thank you.